Higgsfield AI just dropped Cinema Studio, and it's the single biggest leap in AI video that I've seen this year. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you all of its capabilities and going through a bunch of different examples to really give you the full experience. So let's just get started. So we're here on the Higgsfield website, and we are just going to first jump straight into Cinema Studio and check it out. So the first thing that we see here, beyond the obviously nice looking user interface, are a range of different features that we get inside of this tool. So you can choose your camera, lens, focal length, you can set your duration, you can enable slow motion for dramatic effect, you can add audio, you can click to add camera movements like pan, tilt, dolly, zoom, and you can generate multiple angles from a single scene. And you can even upload two completely different scenes and describe the action between them, and it's going to fill the gap. So right off the bat, Higgsfield came out swinging with this one. But rather than just give you an overview, let's just dive into this and I'll show you how each one of these features actually works and how you can use it to create some really cool stuff without needing to be an expert prompt engineer. So for step one, we aren't even touching the video yet. If you know anything about filmmaking, then you know that you don't just hit record, you have to light the set first. So we're gonna do that right here in the image section. So we're basically just gonna build out a master frame. So I'm going to throw in a prompt here. So let's just go for that gritty, high fashion vibe. We're going to say a luxury gold chronograph watch with a leather strap resting on a rough piece of black volcanic rock, wisps of smoke rising around the object, moody, dark atmosphere. Now, normally in Midjourney or whatever, I would just hit enter and I'd pray for the best. But in Higgsfield, you can really get granular about the specific type of camera, lens, and focal length that you're going for. These are all popular cameras used for a variety of use cases, meaning that you don't need to describe how you want your image to look. You can just pick film-inspired camera profiles like Arri Alexa 35 and Panavision Panaflex to anchor the aesthetic. And then you just dial in the perspective and feel, whether that's wide, macro, intimate, whatever, with lens character as the style guide. This is incredibly useful when we turn this image into a video because you're essentially able to lock the frame and then extend it into motion without losing the look. So let's just go with the IMAX film camera because it simulates the dynamic range of 70mm film. And then for the lens, let's just grab the Arri Signature Prime 35mm so that it has character but stays creamy. And let's just run it and see how it does. Okay, very nice. Looks pretty awesome. Now let's create a second image to serve as our end frame in the video. Let's just use the image that we just created as a reference point and go with a simple prompt like this. And then we're just gonna hit generate and wait. Now really quick, I know that a lot of people who don't know much about cameras might get stuck here, like which camera and lens do you even use, right? So let me just break this down for you super quick. For cameras, the IMAX film camera is that premium quality, so think like Oppenheimer. It adds grit, heavy grain, and massive dynamic range. The Arri Alexa 35 is the Hollywood standard, so like 90% of movies are shot on this. So if you want it to look expensive with perfect colors, then just pick this one. The Red V Raptor gives you that sharp, punchy YouTuber/commercial contrast, while the Sony Venice is cleaner and darker, giving you that modern Netflix drama look. For lenses, the Arri Signature Primes are your safe bet. They're modern, sharp, and clean. And if you want that Blade Runner sci-fi vibe, then grab the Panavision C series to get those blue horizontal flares and oval bokeh. The Canon K35s are vintage and soft if you want a nostalgic glow, and the Laowa macro is for bug eye close-ups. Finally, for the focal length, just keep it simple. 14mm makes things look massive and distorted, 24mm is dynamic and active, and 50mm is your standard beauty portrait lens. So with that out of the way, and now that we have these images, let's just move on to step 2, where we turn them into a video. We just click the video button down here, and then over here, I'll add the first image that we made as the start frame, and the second one as the end frame. We'll stick with a 5-second generation for now, and we'll have it generate 4 options for us to choose from. And you can add your own prompt here to make it do exactly what you want, but to be honest, I've been getting really good results by just giving it a start frame and an end frame and letting it figure out how to connect them on its own. The way that it solves it is usually way more creative than anything that I could have honestly thought of. Great, let's just take a look through these and see how they look. Honestly, this one looks the best. I like to generate 4 at a time because, as you can see, not every single one is going to nail it, or you might get 2 good ones and it might inspire your next shot idea so you can make something completely different. Okay, now maybe you've noticed that when you're doing a start and end frame generation, you can't mess with any of these other controls. So for this next demo, let's just mess around with turning single images into videos and really customizing how we want it to move. So let's first create our reference image. Let's do something like center frame, a fashion model in an avant-garde outfit standing in a long symmetrical hallway, surreal lighting. We'll go with Sony Venice, Zeiss Ultra Prime, and 24mm. And let's just see what we get. Perfect. Now all we do is just click here to add it as the start frame, and then we can click here into the movement section and mess around with all kinds of the different pre-made options. So let's just go with zoom out for this one, and we're just going to go ahead and click generate. And it's done. Let's check it out. And yeah, honestly, this looks really cool. We can also add a slow motion effect, and I have a few more images that I've already created for this video just to speed things up, but let's just use this one of a fisherman and add a zoom in movement effect and make it slow motion. And then let's bump this up to 10 seconds just for fun. Now I'm not even going to enter a prompt here and just let the engine do its thing. It's honestly proving to be extremely reliable. Of course, if you're creating a specific scene, then you're obviously going to want to add your own prompt and direction, but for this demonstration, just letting it do its own thing is more than enough to show you its capabilities. And honestly, look at that. It looks really cool. So what is the actual takeaway here? I'm not telling you that this browser tab is going to replace Christopher Nolan tomorrow. We're not exactly shooting Dune 3 with AI just yet, but just think back to a few months ago when we were struggling to get a character to blink without their face melting, and today we just directed a specific camera movement with a specific lens at a specific frame rate in a browser. That is honestly a drastic leap in control. And if you run an agency or you're a freelancer, just think about the economics of this. With Cinema Studio, you can take one photo of a client's hoodie and generate 10 different IMAX camera moves in like 15 minutes. This is called virtual production as a service, because you're not selling AI video, you're selling Hollywood commercials at a fraction of the price. Anyway, Higgsfield Cinema Studio is out right now. It's free to try the base features. The link is in the description. Go mess with the sliders, try the IMAX profile, and go make something dope. Go ahead and leave a like if this video was useful to you, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.